Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. This time we're going to be looking at the ESCube. This is a new brand, so let's check it out. I think there's some really interesting things here. So the first thing to note is that there are 3 versions. The basic version is just piece magnetic and it's $22 at TheCubicle.com. And then there is it's right here. This is the 8 magnet ball core version and that is $26. And there is a 20 magnet ball core version that is $36 at TheCubicle.com. So I think that for a 20 magnet ball core cube, this is a pretty fair price, $36. But for a basic magnetic, I think 22 might be pushing it. So this is actually the second time we're shooting this video. We did it at First Impressions yesterday. And honestly, the first impressions weren't super great because the cubes were really fast and crunchy and they were impossible for me to control. It took some time to set up the cubes, and I also spoke to the designer this morning. So we are recording this video again to give you better information. All right, so this is the first version. This is just piece-to-piece magnet. I think the most interesting, obvious thing you can see, this magnet right here is long. So it's kind of an oval magnet. So what happens is it actually attracts here all the way through here. Some people don't like the fact that a cube can just be in a non-square manner resting. Personally, it's whatever. If this has a benefit, then I'll be okay with it. And so far, I haven't really felt like this specifically benefited me. Yeah, let's do some solves on this. This is the natural feel of the cube. It's very crunchy. You can hear the sound. It's very fast and very tactile. Okay, that was a pretty lucky 7. All right, we're gonna put some more lube in here. I feel like this cube is a little fast and it's a little bit hard for me to handle. While I'm doing this, another very interesting thing about this cube, it has a very fascinating adjustment system. So this is the accessories box, and it comes with this toilet plunger kind of thing here. I don't know if you guys have ever used hard contact lens, but this looks like those plungers. You take the contact lens out of your eye, but this is used to adjust the cube. When you adjust the tension and elasticity, they are independent on this cube. So compressing the spring does not change the tension, and tensioning it doesn't compress the spring. So the other thing I got from talking to the designer is that they're really pushing the omnidirectional corner cutting. I think it's like 55-35, where you can cut at a 55 degrees, and if it doesn't work, it'll cut the other way. So they're saying that this cube will corner cut a direction no matter what. I understand why they would market the cube like this, but honestly, I'm not really sure how useful that is to the average consumer. Like, it's not like I'm throwing away my Weilong V10 or my GAN 15 because it doesn't do that. Like, it handles the small cuts really well, and I think most cubes handle the small cuts. So for the consumer, I'm not really sure how much that would help here. So I'm overturning a lot on this cube because there's nothing in the mechanism to me that feels like it stops my turning or introduces some sort of like friction. The cube just moves. It moves really, really easily. So I'll show you the 8 magnet ball core. This is a cube that I actually really, really liked. I had the easiest time yesterday with this. I lubed it a little more, so I'll do some solves on this one. Yeah, great solve. That was a pretty good solve. Yeah, pretty nice. So this cube is a big improvement over the other one, the regular piece magnet one, because there's something now that calms the turn right before you finish it. So I don't feel like I'm in as much danger overturning. And I think that is a huge plus. For this cube, I used Angstrom Gravitas and Angstrom Dignitas mostly to slow it down. So I basically gave it the angstrom setup without the DNM because the DNM would just speed it up again. So this has some pretty heavy lube in there and it doesn't slow it down too much. So this is a good speed for me. I'm still kind of not feeling that oval magnet. Like I know it's there and it's really cool, but it's not like I'm banging out a good time and being like, aha, it's the oval magnet that's making it great. But the experience of solving the cube, it can be a holistic one where something could be helping you even though you don't know it. Whew. Okay, this one is $26. And honestly, the A-magnet ball core for $26 puts it in the price range of the RS3 V5, the MGC Beta, the Hudong. I think these are all really good cubes at that price range. I feel not very optimistic about the $22 piece magnet version, but this one does seem like it is pretty solid in that range of like mid-range cubes. All right, so this is the $36 one. This one has repelling magnets, except there are no magnets over here. So that is one difference between this and perhaps other 20 magnet ball cores from MoYu. This one, I didn't lube as much. It is naturally very fast and clicky. And this one, out of all of them, feels the blockiest, which is really interesting. I really struggled on this cube yesterday, but I'm gonna add more lube and we'll give her a shot today. Distribute the lube a little bit. Okay. Pretty good. I don't know how to do this. I think this might be a C-fop. Yeah, this is a C-fopper. Not bad. I think if I had to recommend one, it would definitely be the 8-magnet ball core one. This cube is, I think, fairly priced, and I do genuinely get really good solves on this. Yeah, the other cubes, like this piece magnet one, it's just kind of flimsy and out of control. And for $22, I'm better off getting something else. And for this one, it just hasn't demonstrated to me that a 20 magnet ball core actually helps the cube very much. I just don't think paying extra dollars for something that doesn't give me that aha moment for what I'm paying for is going to be all that great for me. But this one is actually really nice. Now, one thing I did notice about this cube is that it is very, very similar to a MoreTry. So I have a MoreTry right here. Like, just look at these logos. Yeah, the plastic color's slightly different, but if you just look at the piece geometries, they're so similar. Let me open it up for you and I'll show you. So this is an edge piece. There's some slight differences, but you know what? I'm gonna put a MoreTry in here. Yeah, it works. It's like as if it's cross-compatible. They're very similar, and that's a question I brought to the attention of the designer. I said, hey, like, are your companies related in any way? And he said, no. Perhaps we just had the same hand feel by like, you know, just the output of our engineering. I'm like, okay, like, I'm not sure how I feel about that because these cubes, like, just listen to this. Yeah, I would say the MoreTry is more clicky and high-pitched, but the hand feel of the sort of crispy, clacky, crunchy, fast sort of feel, it's on the MoreTry as well. They have a pretty big center skirt. There's a center skirt here. Let's take a look at the corners. So like, oh my goodness. I can see some differences, like this has a fatter stock, but it's so similar. So this is a MoreTry corner with an edge. They fit. That's crazy. I know what Steven's gonna do. He's gonna take this back and put the MoreTry pieces on this core with the adjustment system, see if it works. Yeah, so one comment Steven had about this cube, he pays a lot of attention to detail. Definitely don't sleep on Steven. But he commented that the tensions are a little uneven on this cube, but the screws are riveted. Like, there's no way to actually adjust anything. So if you wanted to adjust that, it's like kind of impossible. Hopefully they fix that for the production version. So the adjustment system is slightly confusing. There are these numbers. There's a number showing here, and then a number that lines up with this little thing here. But the interesting thing is half of it's blank. So if you wanted to see what you were doing, you have to go around, which is kind of weird. But yeah, this is modular. So if you compress it, the tension will be impacted, and if you tension it, the compression will be impacted. So they're independent. But yeah, the pamphlet that explains that is only in Chinese right now, and they said for the mass release version, they will have an English language pamphlet so you can understand. Overall, pretty cool brand. I think they are trying some new things. Yeah, an oval magnet, a modular adjustment system, big corner cutting, anything goes corner cutting. But I'm just having trouble connecting these innovations with actual performance that I can reliably say, oh yeah, it's because of that. And unfortunately, it's very similar to the MoreTry, which is now, this is like a $15, $16 cube at TheCubicle.com. So I think if you wanted to get this, you would have to talk yourself into spending $10 more for a cube that's almost the same. I mean, like, this adjustment system exists. I guess it's not novel or anything, but it does almost the same thing. One must wonder, like, okay, so I'm tensioning or adjusting the cube and it's affecting the other thing. Who cares? One thing is affecting the other, but like, if the cube feels good, I don't care. Like, sure, they made this thing, but like, what does that actually give the user? I don't know. But yeah, very similar to the MoreTry, but yeah, exciting for this new brand. They communicated with me really well this morning. It's clear that they are really interested in entering the market. They seem like really cool people. So give this a try if you're interested. So the release of this cube has two different timelines. The top version is releasing early May, and these two other versions are releasing late April. I would get the 8 magnet ball core one. So if you want that, late April is when it's coming out. Not really too hot on the other two versions, but in case you want it, the top one's coming out in May, and then the basic magnetic one is the same as this one. All right, cool. See you next time.